When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. If humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very disappointed. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. I'm interested in things that change the world or that affect the future, and wondrous, new technology where you see it, and you're like, wow, how did that even happen? How is that possible? Man has the power to act as his own destroyer, and that is the way he has acted through most of his history. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. I would like to die on Mars. Just not on impact. The factory is the machine that builds the machine. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, your job is going to be quite miserable. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. I hate writing about personal stuff. I don't have a Facebook page. I don't use my Twitter account. I am familiar with both, but I don't use them. I always invest my own money in the companies that I create. I don't believe in the whole thing of just using other people's money. I don't think that's right. I'm not going to ask other people to invest in something if I'm not prepared to do so myself. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. To make an embarrassing admission, I like video games. That's what got me into software engineering when I was a kid. I wanted to make money so I could buy a better computer to play better video games, nothing like saving the world. I've actually not read any books on time management. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram in the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon? Doesn't work out. The value of beauty and inspiration is very much underrated, no question. But I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. I'm trying to construct a world that maximizes the probability that SpaceX continues its mission without me. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. If we drive down the cost of transportation in space, we can do great things. I was born in Africa. I came to California because it's really where new technologies can be brought to fruition, and I don't see a viable competitor. The first step is to establish that something is possible, then probability will occur. I don't spend my time pontificating about high-concept things, I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems. What most people know but don't realize they know is that the world is almost entirely solar-powered already. If the sun wasn't there, we'd be a frozen ice ball at 3 degrees Kelvin, and the sun powers the entire system of precipitation. The whole ecosystem is solar-powered. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. There have to be reasons that you get up in the morning and you want to live. Why do you want to live? What's the point? What inspires you? What do you love about the future? If the future does not include being out there among the stars and being a multi-planet species, I find that incredibly depressing.